Guys, we'll have some opening comments by Coach about the game, and then questions following Ian. His question for Ian first. Coach, you can sit. Coach, your thoughts on the game?
Basically, I thought that I told the guys at halftime we let their big plays get away from us. Quarterback had 2 good runs, 32. What we knew this week we had to do well was tackle. We knew versus that team, if you miss tackles, those guys would go, and that's what happened. Quarterback 5, 32. We knew that. Like I said, proud of my guys. That didn't turn out at all how we wanted to, but it's not a reflection on our whole body of work. Just something that we played bad on this stage.
Questions?
For the seniors, anybody can answer. I would just like to know your thoughts on the idea that you're really leaving this program in a lot better shape than you started out in.
For real, really, there's nothing for us as a group to be ashamed of. We built this whole program from scratch. New turf field, 2 new turf fields, and we made history that nobody can take away from us. We have nothing to hang our heads on. We made it to the stage and we lost, but still, we have stuff in the history that nobody can take away from us.
Anybody else?
It's just a real blessing to be here, and I just thank all of my brothers, my seniors, because we went through hard times in the summer, in the sun, cramps, everything. We fought hard, real hard.
Coach, come out in the second half. Obviously, you get the ball. That's a critical drive that you don't get any points away. Do you think that's kind of when it started to flip? You missed the field goal, they come down and score, and now all of a sudden you're down?
Yeah, of course. Like you said, not just that one, but even in the first half, we got 2 kickoff special teams balls right inside. We didn't get nothing from. Then we got another one. And to be honest, like you said, that's a common theme. Attest to their team. All the film you look at, you see people moving the ball as bad as they beat Ocean Lake last week. Ocean Lakes had more total yards. They do a good job of not giving up points in the red zone. But yes, around the half, I felt like it was hard to get the momentum back after we missed the field goal. Then they got a big play.
Just coach for the players. Couldn't help but notice that Manchester played a similar style to what you guys do really well. Athletes everywhere, a lot of speed, finishing tackles really hard. Just kind of on the field, from your perspective, what did they do really well, and what was it particularly tough to catch up?
They did good at the stuff that we should have did better, right? Like the assets of the game, tackle, block, and run. I just did everything better.
Same thing that he said, but you feel like they just made more plays and just better stuff.
Taekwondo, how you feeling?
I'm alright.
Go ahead.
I feel like we could do a lot of stuff better. Like even me. So I can't be disappointed enough because I know we came from nothing. So to be here is just a blessing, and I know that our guys are going to keep to work hard.
Can you give me an idea of how you felt your shoulder coming into the game and how you felt as the game kind of progressed?
I felt good. I got hit a couple times on it. It didn't really hurt too bad, but I just want to be safe.
Coach, what was the plan coming in? Obviously, you knew he was a little bit banged up. Did you kind of have a feeling that it was going to have to be a shared services kind of deal?
It's kind of like everything you guys saying. If the work that he's put in, the rest of the seniors, if he say he can go, we're going to go. He's going to go. Win, lose, or draw, he's earned that. I think he was fine. I think right before the half, he started running, but it's a confidence thing. I think it's the mental more. Once you get hit on it, then you're right back to ground zero. It takes another 3 or 4 carries to feel like, all right, I'm good to go. But he knows how we feel about all of that. He's earned that, and it's up to him. If he say he can go, he can go. If he say he's out, just like last week, the game plan doesn't change. We got confidence in JT and the guys we got up front. But I'm proud of him. Like we all talked all week, we knew he was going to go as much as he could. He did that. So at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for from him. But that's what those guys have done for me for 4 years. So it's nothing new.
Coach, one thing that's so noticeable with your team this year and today is just the confidence that you guys have that, I know you and I talked about it before, but just the belief that you're supposed to be, that you've earned the spot that you're in. Just kind of, you talk about a little bit how that's kind of defined your season, it seems like.
Yeah, like you said, our guys always have confidence, and we kind of talked about it. I think at the beginning of this 4 years, I told them about falling in love with the process, not the prize. And it didn't mean that much more to you. We came up short of the prize, but again, the process, what you go through to get to this point is what makes it special. And we went through the process. You know, like you said, we first came to the school, they lost 31 seniors, never won more than 3 games. So it's a 4-year process for these guys. And just like you said, I feel like we still had that confidence. Manchester is just a good team. They do a good job with the momentum. You know, they got a turnover, they run a good trick play. They go up top, take chances. So I think we never could grasp the momentum back. I don't think we ever lost confidence. It's just, you know, the pressure, the big plays, they started smothering us with the momentum.
Hey Josh, there were about, I don't know, a couple minutes left in the game. Coach went out to check on JT, and it looked like you kind of gave him a bear hug there at midfield. Can you give me an idea of what your emotions were like in the last few minutes of the game, kind of knowing what the outcome was going to be?
You know, you got to finish the game all the way to the clock is zero, you know. With JT, I see him hanging his head as well as the other players, you know, I just got to tell him, as he's a sophomore, that he has other years to progress through this whole entire career. You know, that he got his feet wet, you know, in the state championship. Now he got a taste of it. Now it's for him to lead the next team, which is next year, to the state championship again. You know, I gotta tell him, keep his head up, you know, we ain't lose nothing. You know, yeah, we lost the game. It would be nice to have a state championship trophy to take back to freedom, but really we ain't lose nothing because, you know, we made history that nobody can take away.
Coach, when you go out there to check on him and you see all these players coming over to hug you, it's still a couple minutes left in the game. How does that make you feel? I mean, obviously there's a lot of emotions out there.
You know, guys are from Murray, you know, we do everything out of love. So I just told him I love you, keep playing. You know, that's it. I'm just being encouraged. There's no need for me to, at that point, be upset. Like you said, the outcome's been determined. And everything we do is out of love. It may not be how everybody else does it, but it's out of love. So I'm going to continue to tell them I still love you and win, lose, or draw.
Hey, Coach, these guys here, you know, set the standard. Just thinking a little bit ahead to next year. I mean, I'm looking at your roster. Someone's showing 10 seniors, and I don't know exactly how your JV did, but I think they did pretty well.
Yes, sir.
I guess it's a 2-part question. First, what's the biggest thing you gained from today? And second, you go about carrying it over to being more successful?
I told my coaches and the kids, you know, when you get to the VHSL state playoff, a lot of times it's the same teams here. And I told my team this week, one thing that you cannot take away, I told the young guys, you just played a whole another half a season. Like you practiced for another 5 weeks, so you can see how the same program you're building, like you gotta think all our young kids played another half a season. So, like I said, that experience, that into your program is what it's about. You know what I mean? That you see why it's usually the same people here all the time. It's because, like you said, it's hard to replace that. We're excited about what these guys have done. And to be honest, me coming in as a young coach, first time head coaching job, these guys did it with me. I learned a lot from them. They taught me a lot. My coaches taught me a lot just like they did, but we're excited. Like I said, we feel like we have a good football program now. We've gotten better every year. And I think, like you said, these guys have laid the foundation for that. And like I said, I think we'll continue to be good as we have been.
Hey, Cortez or Taekwon, any of you guys, does the word legacy ever creep into your thoughts when you think about what you guys have been able to do over the last 4 years and kind of the shape you've left this program in?
Yeah, definitely, because when we first came here, nobody really expected us to do this. Like, when I first came here, people were laughing at me because I said I was going to freedom. So I just worked harder. I knew what was coming, so I just worked harder.
Yeah, same on him, but I knew we would just work hard, came from nothing, and we're all our coaches and how close we is with them. But now we just want to grind it out.
Coach, you mentioned the process. Throughout the whole year, you've talked about family, community, and I think the biggest thing that I'm going to take from this game is after they scored on that trick play where the running back threw the touchdown passes, to me it looked like you became a father figure. I think it was Jason Hawkins who went over there. You didn't yell, you didn't scream, you put your arm around them, you hugged them, you talked to them. What'd you say to them? Because to me, that's coaching.
And I told Jason, I really said to him, I said, I love you, but you're in your own head right now. I said, you're giving up stuff you never give up. He's like, I know, Coach, I got you. I said, come on now. I said, you're giving up plays that don't use that. That was it. I told him I love you, and I said he wasn't playing how he normally does. I said, you're getting psyched out mentally. So that was it. Like you said, I feel like that with these guys. Like you said, family, father figure, best friend, whatever they need us to be as coaches, we be that. We are that, on a daily basis.
Coach, talk about Quest. This is a huge platform for him. When you look at Manchester's quarterback, Brendan, he's been leading that team for 4 years. Quest, this is his first big year. Talk about his performance a little bit.
Again, when you lose a star quarterback like AJ, Quest comes in and takes us 2 games further than we've ever been to the state championship. I'm proud of Quest. Like you said, Quest's been a leader for us all year. I think he has that he keeps the same demeanor, so he's easy to follow. One thing I told him when he got injured, I thought it was important that he get up, jog off the field, and be a quarterback at all times. I couldn't be more proud of him on the big stage. We asked him to make a lot of plays today, and he made some. Just like everybody else, he missed some. But I'm proud of him, proud of where he's got our program. I'm excited for as good as he's going to be the next year too.
Jordan, you knew how good they were going to be coming into this game. Did they live up to what you thought they were going to be? Did they throw anything at you they hadn't seen, or just what was it like to try to defend their size, speed, strength, everything?
We prepared all week like we normally do, and I just think they just outplayed us. They wanted it way more than we did. I'm not saying all the players, but some players they just took all energy out of us when they kept on scoring back to back to back.
Just for the seniors, just towards the end of the game, they're on the sideline, and you hear some of the young guys saying stuff about next year, like, can't let this happen next year, this and that. What's that like to hear stuff like that? It must be a mix of, I'm not going to be a part of it, kind of sad, but also cool that they're talking about playing in a championship.
Yeah, really, I take that personally. That shows that they're really looking up to us and they're learning from our leadership, from what we put in throughout practice, throughout school. That just shows that they're really taking in and learning what we did, And for them to say that, especially like freshmen, to see the big picture for them, you can't ask nothing more than that, you know what I'm saying?
Coach, in the huddle after the game, you told your kids to remember how it feels. You were obviously looking towards some of your underclassmen. Just what was the overall tenor of your message after the game tonight to your team out there?
It's just that, we came up short on the biggest stage, in Virginia High School League, but I still love you guys. And I felt it's important that the young guys remember how you feel right now, because it's tough when football season over, in the schoolwork, coming to the weight room, conditioning practice, because it's not all this fanfare. But like you said, that feeling, you just got to remember it, hold on to it, to get you through tough days in the off season, tough days in the classroom. Just got to remember that stuff.
Guys, I wanted to ask, what's one thing that each of you will take from Coach Overton?
He got our back. Like I said, he got our back. As me personally, I can really count on him. Whenever I'm down, feeling bad, I can know that I can just shoot him a text or call him, saying, hey, man, I need somebody to talk to. He's been there for me, and I know he's been there for other guys too. But personally, I know as I carry on my career, I can always turn to him, as well as the other coaches. But for him, I can just turn to him for the advice that I need in the future.
Most definitely. Sometimes we be ready to fight him on the field because he just screaming. It's just a good atmosphere. He taught me a lot. I think my football IQ went from as soon as I came all the way to the sky. I know so much about the defense. It's crazy. Especially watching film, because I can see what he sees now. I see it, and then I just try to make the play.
Same thing as Food said, just knowing that he's always going to be there is just especially feeling I have, just knowing that somebody has your back. And also, just awesome coach. I know that, whenever I need something, field work, anything, money, anything, I know he'll be there for me.
Right.
Same thing what they say, and keep a positive person, keep everything positive, and just always think of the bigger picture, and just always keep everybody home and make sure you don't use stuff.
Speaking of the bigger picture, obviously after high school is college. There are rap people that say in the past, somebody going to college. You guys are willing to start up that process. How much is he meant to you guys getting to that next level where you're going to be next year, wherever it may be?
I'd say, throughout our recruiting process, he's never given up on us, and for him to fight for offers, throughout our recruiting process, he's just a good coach, a great coach. You kid's fate has nothing more for him than what he did for us as a group throughout our recruiting process. He just wanted every year he just want everybody in our classes to go to school, and it don't matter where it is, as long as it's free. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. Get education. He just wants us to get out of here. Just get out and live our lives.
Hey, real quick, what's up with the orange undershirts?
It's a tribute to where we started, our league and stuff like that around our way. A lot of those guys played in the same youth league growing up. They wanted to do it, so I said, okay. So they did it. No big deal. Kind of like when we did purple for childhood cancer awareness. They wanted the seniors wanted to vote on that. They wanted to go out with that. So
That was the color of your youth league team?
Sorry, we way back.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.